Well, Swivel Heads, it's Greg Allison Green Greg. It's coming to you on the 19th of July, 21. Time on deck, 1600 hours Central Daylight Time. Yes, this day is getting away from us. And I'm here with a message. I had a chat session last night, and one of my young viewers was really concerned, being young, that the events of the world could just basically deny him of his future, his dreams, maybe even his life. And that is a possibility, although I really tried to calm him down and encourage him to prepare. Don't be scared, be prepared. I always try to tell people never panic, because if you lose your head, you just might lose your head. But there are things you can do. You can be proactive. As long as you're being proactive, you can rest in peace that you're doing the best you can. And there's ways that you can stop China. Yes, only you can stop China. Well, pretty much. In fact, how you like my little logo here? Only you can stop commie China. Right, there we go. So let's stop this share here. Let's get into it. You've heard me many times tell you to buy local. Spend your dollars local. There is a cool side of capitalism. It is this. You get to decide what products and services are available in the marketplace by what you buy. The dollar, or whatever you buy with, whatever it may be, is the ultimate vote. It's an economic vote. Every time you spend one of these, you're voting for more of that good and service. That is, if you're not in the command economy where they just decide they're going to put out X widgets a month and you get what you can, according to what you can, and what you usually get is empty shelves and a lot of starving people. Yeah, that system really don't work too well. But this is a medium of voting. It's the most honest medium of voting in the world, because when you buy it, you spend it, you really cast that vote. And it goes to wherever you want it to go to. So you should cast the votes of what you spent very carefully. And of late, we've been cast on a lot of votes toward the country, buying cheap plastic junk, and they have been turning it around and building weapons systems and aiming them back at us. Wow. Well, my dad was a kid back before World War II. He and his buddies used to run around and collect scrap metal and go sell it. One day their science teacher said, "Hey, boys, y'all come here. So all you boys in class, I know y'all selling scrap metal and making some extra change." He said, "You need to stop that." He said, "All that scrap metal is going to Japan. And one of these days, boys, one of these days, the Japanese are going to be shooting that metal back at you." My dad thought about that. He told me accurately, that science teacher's one of the smartest men he ever knew. He warned them, and he was right. But yeah, that's what's happening today. We're buying cheap plastic baubles through Walmart. You know, Walmart forced a lot of American industry overseas, like Rubbermaid, into China. So, and today, what's all that cheap plastic junk by us? Yeah, China has built the Navy with the most ships in the world. They're building faster than we know what to do with. Yeah, we might have more displacement at the moment, but those guys are playing catch up in a hurry. But we can take the wind out of their sails, and you do it by what you buy and what you don't buy. Essentially, if all the free people in the world just stop trading with China, stop buying their junk, and stop trading and buying junk from companies like Nike, who basically said we're Chinese. Yeah, I'd boycott Nike forever. I'll never buy another Nike anything. I bought Nike shoes for years because I have a little issue the way I walk, pro-nation. And they made some shoes that were pretty good for that. But they're not the only company in the world, so Nike, goodbye, you're off my list. Apple, iPhones, goodbye, you're off my list. And all that other cheap junk from China, don't buy from China. Do everything you can not to buy from China. And if everybody just starts buying Chinese stuff, you know, how they build all this stuff, how are they funding that army? How are they funding their adventurism? It's all the cheap junk everybody buys from China, cheap junk or otherwise. Whatever you're buying from China, that's what's doing it. And they don't even compete fairly. They steal stuff from us. They steal our technology. They steal our patents. They steal our intellectual property. You know, they don't spend all the money in R&D. And their labor is cheap. And they often use slave labor from Xinjiang, you know, the Uyghurs. So, you know, there's good moral high ground not to buy from China, aside from the fact that they're very adventurous militaristically, and it looks like they're gearing up for a fight. So you can take that away from them and take it out of their sight by taking the wind out of their sails. And my friends, that is the wind in the CCP, People's Liberation Army Navy plan sails. Now they call it plans. People's Liberation Army Navy, Army Navy. Everything's a People's Liberation Army in China. Everything in China is either CCP or the People's Liberation Army. Pretty much like that. So, but these things is what gives them the power. And it's all the trading we've been doing with them all these years. So if we, in other free nations like Australia is waking up to this. Australia was China's biggest trading. Well, China was Australia's biggest trading partner. But China got embargoed, and now China sent, and Australia did. Now Australia sent through this stuff. So guys, we can take the wind out of ourselves. Maybe that will slow down their momentum enough to where they just won't be attacking Taiwan and other places like that. That's the objective, is just to keep them from going on the offensive. That's my objective here. Well, there's a little bit more. I'll be coming up with some more stuff here soon, in a few days, because I would say they're liable to the shutdown of our economy by the negligence and failure to follow UN protocol and rules and regulations, international law, and reporting diseases and so forth. They're liable for that. And as such, we should hit them up for reparations. And since they don't pay them, we ought to seize their assets. I'm going to go into a video with that, probably with Stacy Savicki, and we'll be putting out an alert probably for the Freedom Restoration Foundation about that. And so you ought to check that out. Go to freedomrestorationfoundation.org. If you want to join, email me at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org. You can also join us on Facebook. We have a Facebook site. Excuse me. Got in that PowerPoint with that thing knocked up so big. Trying to change my screens here, and it kind of consumed me there a second. Hang on, guys. I was going to show you Freedom Restoration Foundation. And pull it up. I have it up already. Come back in there and share again. So you're going to see us doing email. I'm going to do a program here probably in a few nights with Stacy's Vicky. Oh, go there. Shopping for galactic threads. There, guys. Freedoms have never been more at risk. We're going to add a new alert, and it's going to deal with China. This will be something else you can do above not shopping, contacting a congressman, is to do what I was talking about. We'll be doing an alert on this real soon, so you'll see me come back on this. So, stop, share. Hello. Yeah, we're not powerless. They may be rattling sabers and threatening Japan and telling them that they're going to nuke them. Their first action will be to nuke them. The first thing they will do is nuke them continuously until they surrender. This is what the CCP told Japan. Well, I think they were bluffing. They're trying to keep Japan out of the defending Taiwan. And the fact that they would bluff to that level says many things to me. It says, one, China probably is preparing to militarily hit Taiwan. Two, you can't trust Chinese Communist Party. Now, we've seen a zillion cases where they have lied. They went back on treaties, like taking Hong Kong, for example. Hong Kong's supposed to be a free country, according to the treaty they signed and the promises they made. The Chinese promises were big fat zero. Big fat zero. Nothing. Sign a treaty with China, you're an idiot. You're a fool. Because they will break it as soon as it reaches their advantage, as they always do. They will steal from you. So I have no interest in negotiations at all, unless you can verify, absolutely verify. But if it's something that exists as a promise, No value. Oh, we promise we won't do that. Because what? They promised us no first use of nuclear weapons, and they promised us, there's their policy, no first use, and they would never attack a nation that didn't have nukes. When they threatened Japan, they just violated both of those. Wow. So you trust those guys? Oh yeah, and they only say they got 350 warheads, but why are they building so many missiles and silos and things capable of carrying stuff? Yeah, right, with MERV systems. Also building a reactor, breeder reactor that could vastly accelerate their production of warheads. Yeah, Dr. Peter Vincent Fry and I've talked about this earlier, and we really believe that they have a lot more warheads than what they're telling us already. So my friends, don't trust them. The best thing we could do is take the wind out of their sails. You know, if the tanks got no gas, what if Patton discovered in World War II? They're not going over the pass. They're going nowhere. You know, Ike, General Eisenhower, Ike withheld gas from Patton just so Marshal Montgomery could get a little advantage and have some action in World War II, so the British could have some planes. Should have just gassed Patton up and let him wet. But we see how that went. All right, my friends. So that is the bottom line. You want to take the wind out of the sails of China? That's how to do it. That is how to do it, my friends. Take away their money. Don't take away their money. You're not taking anything from them. You're not spending your money on them. So that's it. They get mad when they get embargoed. When they get embargoed, they pitch a fit. China says, "Ah, you're blah blah blah." Okay, this ain't an embargo. This is you choosing how to spend your money. You don't owe your money to China. It's your money, unless you're in a communist system. If you're in a communist system, it's not your money no more. That's why you don't want to be in a communist system. That among a zillion other things. I'll go to that more in the future. I'll go into that more in the future. It's your money. You don't have to spend it on Chinese stuff. So don't. All right. Enough said. So, my friends, we live in peerless times. I will bring you more about these kind of things. So please bang the update. Please subscribe to my channel. Bang the update notification button and click all. And you can support my channel by going to prepwithgreg.com, where we've got $300 off a 3-month supply of food. It can last 25 years. 25 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or $50 off of a 1-month supply. Guys, this is an awesome deal. Check it out with prepwithgreg.com. With all the stuff coming at us, that is a good deal, and you need to think about it. And besides that, the food prices are going up in a few years. It's going to be, it'll pay for itself. It's an investment. All right, my friends. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching.